What is up, guys? In today's video we are going to be finally putting on our heritage wheels on the white Miata. I started filming a little late today. I did a bunch of work in the rear end. After I got finished with the camber arms, I just couldn't wait until I pretty much, wanted to start fitting up the rear wheels. So I started cutting, started rolling fenders, started hammering. Pretty much I've got both sides where they need to be to clear. I haven't test fit that other side, but I did test fit this one. As you can see, we have our adapter on here. This goes from our 4x100 to our 5x114.3, which is what our heritage wheels are. And pretty much I rolled the fenders. I know we have rust issues. This will all be taken care of once we repaint this thing. But as for everything else, clearance inside here, there's like this little bracket here that I cut off, bent, drilled, and then put a zip tie. Maybe at some point we'll do like the little, rice or rubber band thing here just in case we need a little bit more flex in this, but I think we'll be all right. Pretty much this should be pretty good. I test fit it and it doesn't rub on the inside like the factory wheels were, so we're actually pretty good here. I just wanted to get it on film when I finally put on both rears, let it down, and then from there we have to do a super quick alignment in the front because the alignment's super bad because we replaced those extended tie rod ends, if you remember. And then after that, then we'll put on our new heritage wheels in the front. I just don't want to be ruining the tires trying to drive it around. The alignment isn't perfect in the rear either, so we're gonna have to do a four-wheel alignment at some point once we get it all set up. Alright, it's been, I don't know, probably 4 hours of trying to get these fronts fitted. I honestly don't even know where this video is at right now. It's kind of been a mess of trying to fit these damn 18s. The rears were relatively straightforward besides some rubbing. Not a problem at all. The fronts, huge pain. Pan down, take a look at our botchery. Is that a word?
It is now.
I don't know. It's not great. It needs to be bodyworked, but again, we plan on repainting this thing. We plan on doing all the bodywork and everything anyways, so honestly, it's pretty close. It just doesn't look very good up close. I haven't even driven this thing more than like 30 feet with all four wheels on. So before we pull this thing out and go for a little bit of a test drive, we gotta do one more finishing touch. We have some lug nuts here. These are from 6-speed, and originally I wasn't sure if I wanted the spiked ones. I think it's a little much for some cars, but after I put them in the wheel, you're like, it looks pretty sick. And then they sent us the valve stem cover cap things that are spiked as well, and obviously that really just completes it all. And honestly, it's something that you wouldn't think would be that crazy, but honestly this just adds a little bit more extra flair to the car. And now with the camber and everything else, it's gonna look pretty sick. So pretty soon here, after we get all of these installed, we're gonna bring this thing outside and get some shots of it. But one thing to note on these things is they actually are locking lug nuts on the inside, which is pretty cool. And then also awesome because that means that you're not actually gonna mess up the outside of these trying to actually, get them down and torque to spec. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and throw these things on here, take this thing for a drive, and hope to God that this thing drives at least halfway decent. One other thing is I did a self-alignment. The toe was way off. It was way too much toe in, so it drove like complete crap. I took it for a little bit of a drive and it drove okay, pretty straight. My self-alignments are relatively close, but not perfect. So at some point we are gonna have to get everything sorted out. So while we're setting all these up, pretty much they have the base here, and then they have O-rings that go in between each one of the spikes. While George sets these up for me, I'm gonna do all of the valve stems, and you can see here that it's pretty damn cool. Nothing too big, but it just adds a little bit of flair to something that is very plain otherwise. All right, well, now that we have our 6-speed lug nuts on, our Heritage wheels on, camber is set around -12.5. I know for a fact the rear is still rubbing a little too much. We're gonna do something about that later down the line, but it's good enough to drive. The front, I have no idea, so I'm gonna go ahead, back this thing out, take it for a little drive, and I'll update you as we go. I'm gonna wash this thing, get some good shots of this thing, and probably end the video there.
I don't know.
Let me know when it hits something. Actually, just watch the other side. It hits about there, but just
There. Yep.
It's definitely gonna rub here pretty bad still.
So should we try and pull that out?
The thing is the caster, I think, is messed up. Because like it's very pushed forward in the wheel well. Well, the white Miata is now on its 18-inch wheels. Man, it looks so good. I reviewed the footage of it rolling. It looks so good. We have a few kinks to work out. Obviously, that's totally expected, but right now I could totally drive it and be okay for the most part. Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for today's video. If you guys are interested in helping out the channel and the progression of my builds, pick yourself up some merchandise. It is highly appreciated. Also, don't forget to support the companies that support us, both Heritage Wheel and 6-Speed. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and peace out.